using bands is not my cup of tea. What is my cup of tea? Is a cup of coffee. Now, we have 6 movements in today's session that include a band. That is a lot of work. And you're like, can I actually join this session if I don't have a band? Yes, you can. I'm going to take you through all 6 of the movements and show you alternatives, things you can do and use to still have a different stimulus than just doing this without a band. Now, the first thing that we do is look at the second portion of today that has 2 movements. It has a banded glute bridge, which is a glute bridge with tension around the knees for extra pressure on the glutes, and the abduction walk with a band also around the knees. Now, we're going to show you 2 different movements. First one, instead of doing the glute bridge with the band, you're going to lay against a wall, get your heels in the floor, you're going to press your knee into the wall, and then you're going to drive up your hips to the ceiling. You're going to bring them back down till your butt touches the floor. You're bringing back up to the ceiling. While you're doing this, you're actively pressing this knee into the wall the entire time. Instead of doing the 10 repetitions as prescribed in the workout, with the band, you do 5 repetitions on the right leg against the wall, and then 5 repetitions with the left knee against the wall. Now, the second movement in that second portion that also requires a band, we're going to also use the wall. It normally is bend around the knees, walk, step. So you're firing the glutes even more. Now what we'll do here is we're going to stand close to that wall. I'm going to use my right knee here. What I do is this. I'm going to lift up the leg until my knee is approximately at the height of the hip with my leg pointing down, my toe pointing up. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to actively press this into the wall. As I'm going to run, I'm going to press this into the wall and hold it for 10 seconds on the left. 10 seconds. And I'll switch and I'll hold it for 10 seconds on the right. And that is a good substitution for the 10 repetitions that you have to do alternating of the abduction walk. Now, let's have a look at the workout portion of the day that is prescribing 4 movements, all upper body, a row, a press, a curl, and an extending movement, all with a band. We're going to use the bag for almost all of these movements. I'm going to grab my bag. I actually had it load up pretty heavy. That's why I can carry it that easy. And then I have the straps as close to the bag as possible, but I really want to work with the straps today. Now, the first movement that's prescribed is an alternating band row that is normally standing. Now, with the standing, the idea is that we work in the plane of pulling something against the body from a perpendicular position. So really working the back there properly. Now what we will do is substitute this for the bend over row where you're going to use the handles. So we're going to sit, we're going to reach down, we're going to row up, but we're going to go a bit higher than normal. Normally we pull here. Now we pull a bit more to the chest with the elbows coming out. When you do this, I still need you to keep the shoulders down and not shrug them up. So the elbows go out during the rows. Instead of doing 20 alternating reps, we do 15 of the row because a big back never hurt anyone. Now our second movement is you attach the bag, get it around your back, make sure it's positioned firmly. We do a push-up, but instead of doing a push-up against the band, we'll do a push-up with some extra loading on the back. So we go into our regular plank position, we're going to reach down, we're going to press up, and then we consider that to be our push-up. We do that for 10 repetitions. If that is very, very easy, because you're so good at push-ups, you can always make it 15 as well. Now, let's look at our third movement. Do a little dance for you guys. I'm going to have the straps in my hands again. And now it says a band hammer curl, right? So a curl with the band. Where we look at tension on the way up. We're going to use the straps of the bag. I'm going to put it up nice and high. I'm going to stand firmly, keep my arms extended in front of me. I'm going to curl the bag to my chin. I'm going to bring it back down. The heavier the bag, the better. Because of swinging of the bag, I need you to hold it in the top for a good second so the bag can settle in. Bring it back down. Make the range of motion as long as possible and don't drive down with the elbow back. Keep the elbow in position while doing the curls with the back. Finally, our fourth movement in the workout is going to be an overhead extension. So we're going to work the triceps here, the opposite muscle of the bicep. We're going to use this bag again behind us. On top, using the handles and the straps, standing here, squeezing my belly and my butt, letting the back settle down, keeping the elbows close to the body and the head. From there, extending. Bring it back down, extending. Bring it back down. Now while I'm going, you guys can see again that in the top, I'm holding it for a second. So from the front, I'm holding it for a second. Why is that? I need to get the back settle and not swing around so I can keep control throughout the movement. As you can see, it's great to have a band because you can add resistance to different kinds of movements. But if you don't have one, you still have lots of options to still add resistance to your training at home.